Okay, this is video quiz 3 over chapters 9 and 10. Chapters 9 was about organization of the body. It talks about the importance of organizing the body of your speech. Why you want to do this is because your audience will find you more trustworthy and they will find you more competent rather than having some scattered, scrambled speech that they cannot follow. I like how it refers to that speeches are not like books. So people cannot turn the pages forward or backwards if they lose a place or have a question or cannot follow it. I like how it tells you how to keep your main points. It tells you that you should have at least 2 to 5 in your speeches. And it also talks about order. There's chronological order where you follow a time pattern. There's a spatial order where it goes from left to right, top to bottom, up to down, east to west, and so on. There is a causal order, and that's like a cause and effect, and then there's a problem and solution order, and then there's also a topical order, and that is like having a main topic and having subtopics under those. I like how it tells you an example on your transition whenever you're letting your audience know when you're going from one main point to another, you're transitioning in your speech. It says, now that we have, and that kind of lets everybody know we're moving on. I like how it says internal previews. It just kind of lets people know of what they're going to be listening about. And then there's also the internal summary, where you summarize everything and kind of jogs their brain and lets them know what the whole purpose of that point was. Then it discusses a thing called signpost. Signpost lets the audience know where you are in your speech. So using terms like firstly, secondly, lastly, things like that. Chapters 10 talks about your introduction and your conclusion. I like how it says that the introduction, if you cannot grab their attention, then you've pretty much failed at your speech. If you cannot get their attention in the beginning, they're probably not going to listen to the rest of it. This is where you can also give yourself some credibility, let the audience know that you are credible, and you also want to make sure that you put a preview statement in your introduction to kind of let them know what they're going to be listening about and what to pay attention to whenever you're talking. It also talks about the conclusion, and this is just like how you're just wrapping up your speech, and you want to pay close attention to your introduction whenever you're doing your conclusion. It discusses 2 types of endings. There is a crescendo ending, and that there is a dissolve ending. And a conclusion of a crescendo ending, it builds power and intensity. And the conclusion is your last chance to really drive home your ideas. So it's your last statement. It's the thing that they're going to remember the last. So it is very important whenever you're doing your ending and your conclusion to really make it pop, something that they will be able to remember.